At this point, it's pretty much understood that Japan is the best region in the world when it comes to Smash Ultimate, but it feels like America's finally catching up a bit. We have 3 players here that I'm going to talk about that I think have just become incredible, definitely top players, and while they are ranked in the top 50, I think they can go even higher, maybe even top 10. Keep in mind that while I do believe that, there are some results that are a bit iffy for them, but I still believe that if they try hard enough, they can actually push for top 10 and it wouldn't be that crazy. All that said, thank you guys for watching so much. We've had a lot of support on the channel lately, and I'm excited to talk about more and more stuff when it comes to Smash Ultimate. Even if people want to call it a dead game, I still love it, and I'll gladly keep talking about it if you guys keep watching. So let's get into the video. First, let's talk about Beast Mode Paul. Beast Mode Paul has just seemingly become the best hero in the world, definitively for people, and it just seems like he keeps getting better and better. Not only does he just beat a lot of people in matchups that people thought would be impossible, he does it with a character that people were doubting to be very good, just because of his slow aerials and his reliance on gimmicks. But it turned out that heroes normals are actually very good, and it seems like Beast Mode Paul has tapped into how to use them so well that even when he is cheating, he still can just play the game normally enough to beat people, and it's exciting to see. He got 9th at Genesis X2, beating Mr. E, Raru, and Tweak, and of course was the winner of MomoCon 2025, beating D-Day, Meister, Lima, and Omega twice. It wasn't exactly a major, but was a gigantic win for him for sure, and it's definitely indicative of how good his playstyle has become. It feels like when you fight him, he's so quick with a character that's seemingly slow, and he has faster moves than you think he does, while also having insane combos and one of the best side Bs in the game. I think Hero is just not really that crazy because he has matchups where it's like if you can run him down, it seems like he has to make decisions really quickly, which can beat certain people, and definitely has beaten Beast Mode Paul. It makes him struggle against Royce, makes him struggle against Rob because Rob's his worst matchup. Fox is of course hard, but I think Beast Mode Paul has overcome a lot of stuff and is wild number 30 right now. If he becomes top 10 just because he beats enough people and makes these runs, even with like the cheating getting crazier and crazier, I wouldn't be very surprised. Next, let's talk about the online legend himself, Wrath. He's number 35 in a row right now, but he definitely seems to have gained a name online with just being paired with Sonics in grand finals all the time. If there's an online tournament that's really big, chances are you're going to see double Sonic in grands, and that's because of Wrath and Sonics. But most people do know about Sonics at this point. Sonic is a top 10 player, and it seems like Wrath was always that second fiddle, was probably always going to be locked to online, but just been showing out recently. It's awesome to see. He got 7th at Luminosity Makes Big Moves, beating Quandale Dingalingleton, which is an insane tag, Candle, and Louis Money, and got 5th at Kagaribi 13, beating Kept, Yamakanation, Asimo, Taike, and Riddles. It was incredible to see someone who I've known for so long become so great at just utilizing Sonic in this game. It feels like Sonic was one of those, I feel like if all the top tier characters, he was the one that grew the most just from the 2 players who loved him, playing him so much and realizing, wait, this character is insane, the canceling is nuts. And it does seem like while he doesn't have spin dash cancel like he does in Smash 4, he's still impossible to hit, and it feels like Wrath's decision making and disadvantage just keeps him so alive. Like he just lives a long time, even with a fragile character like Sonic. But even more than that, his advantage state's crazy. I think his edge guarding is nuts, and it seems like Sonic can always do 0 to like 60 for free and also kill you off of that while having a fully charged F smash that lets to just destroy you. Everyone knows why Sonic is broken, but it does seem like he's more underplayed just because of the stigma of playing a campy character or playing someone who is a bit lame, and people don't want to do that. But the people who do that very well with Wrath and Sonics, it seems like it's working out for them. It does seem like he has had some rough results lately, not because he's really losing to anyone bad, but it's just that many fantastic players. So if he wants to get top 10, he probably does need a crazy run at Supernova, but I believe in him. He's so good at the common matchups that I think anything weird might be able to take him off guard, or any hard matchups that Sonic has like Roy or Fox can be tough. But if he runs into like Kazuya, he's destroying them. Honestly, all the FGC seems to obliterate them. Pyramithras he's very solid against, and I know that Wrath can make top 10. And finally, for the player who's the lowest on the rankings that I think could make top 10, is Peabnut. Now, Peabnut is number 42, and it seems like he is the only Mega Man in the world right now, so that might give him a buff when he fights certain people because they have to learn the Mega Man matchup every single time. But even people he's fought before, he's just learning how to play so defensively and so well against them that I think he can overcome even just people learning the matchup. Because while Mega Man does seem to be more of that mid-high tier character to high tier character, he does get overwhelmed, doesn't really have a way to get out of combos, does get swung through a good amount, and his pellets aren't as good. I think Peabnut is such a smart player. I think people are starting to recognize how good Peabnut is and how many people he's actually beaten. It doesn't seem like he gets a gigantic runs at majors, but now that he has some good wins under his belt, I do think top 10 is possible. So he got 17th at Kaguribi 13, beating Leaf, Akakatsu, and Neo. Got a 5th at Momocon, beating Fatality, Jazo, Cosmos, and Wrath. And of course, his most recent insane run, getting 2nd at Kamapalooza Fight Club, beating BeastModePaul, Light, MK Leo, and Shiny Mark. Even though he did lose to Shiny Mark in the run back, this still is a crazy result. I think this tournament just showed people why Mega Man can do it against some of the dumbest characters in the game, and how his style can be very frustrating to fight against. But it's just more than that. Peabnut's been working super hard and has just always been that super good player that people don't know about and the only Mega Man around, so he might have a little bit of a buff for that. If Peabnut wants to make top 10, I think, again, Supernova, which seems to be the giant tournament of the year, the last giant tournament of the year, he's gonna need that kind of bracket luck to make it possible. But when he's beating matchups like Pikachu, which is a notoriously hard matchup, or Pyramithra, which can be very difficult, I think Peabnut's just figuring out how to outplay people, even just more than that. He might just have the skill to make top 10, but there are only 10 slots, and of course Japan's gonna be nuts, so maybe he needs to fight more Japanese players for me to get for sure about that. But I am going to believe in my boy Peabnut. That dude has been on a tear, and I'm excited to see what he does more. Like I said before, there's nothing definitive here. Of course, there are going to be different players in the top 10, very likely, because there are still the people you know. There are still going to be Raru, there's still going to be Spargo, there's still going to be Mia. Of course, you're going to see the top players, but hey, these people have really shown that America is nothing to sleep on. Of course, we're not as good as Japan. We don't have as many frequent people in the top 150, but I still think calling us bad is wild, because I mean, even just versus other players, it can be very hard to see when you're not just facing Japan all the time, because they're across the way and it's hard to do that. But Kaguribi showed that you can't sleep on America just as much as you can't sleep on anywhere else. But I'm excited to see what these players do, and I'm going to be rooting for them. Thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you later.